Welcome to the Beginner Rhythm and Counting course. This is level 2.1. If you've been following along with me, thank you very much. I'm so happy you're here. If you're brand new to this, it is a rhythm and counting course for anybody who are learning to play, understand, read, or whatever you want to do with music. Because when you're playing music or listening to music, it doesn't matter what you're doing, rhythm is the most important thing. I promise you, and there's so many reasons for this. Now, to find the materials you need, because what you'll see on the screen are a whole bunch of different pages that I have in the course. You can find them in the link below. If you're on YouTube, it's proteinman.com. You can even just type in proteinman.com. It's right there and right here. And you can hover over this courses and find music education, or just type in music-education. Long story long, right here is the course you want. Click that and you'll come to this page right here. And it has everything you need. You can get the first exercise, this one, as you see, as an example. And you can practice with it. You can go back to the very first video in this course, and you can follow along with the free sheet as well. If you're a teacher, I've used this course with my students for over a decade, and I promise you it has worked wonders. Just the abilities that my students have had and they've grown from have just taken them to just the moon and beyond. I mean, it's wonderful, and it makes their musical life so much better because you get past this big hurdle of understanding. Rhythm is a hurdle. It's a massive hurdle. It's a constant hurdle, and understanding how it works just makes it so much easier to jump over. So this course does that, and there's other courses too as well. So thanks very much if you are brand new to this. If you are following along so far, then you know my 3 very famous rules, which are show each beat or pulse, number 2 being only show what's needed, and number 3 being write clearly and concisely. You can print out the sheets in the package, and then you follow along with me, and hopefully you have already finished this entire sheet, because this video is more of a checkup now. We're getting to the point where you understand how it works. You understand how the counting works for these types of rhythms. And what you're doing is just sort of recapping and rehashing that understanding and checking your answers. And then we also do some rhythm clapping and counting together. So here we go. We are on number 1. Now, nothing is new here. If you've watched level 2, the first video in level 2, the last one, and you'll know that this is 1 and 2 and here's a half note, which is 2 beats long. So we put both 3 and 4, not 34 beats. It's just 3, 4 separate beats. Next bar, because that's the bar line, 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a 1, 2, there's a 3, and there's a 4. And the last bar has a whole note in it, which again is 4 beats long. And because there is only 4 beats in a bar, that means that this is everything. The whole note is the whole enchilada, the whole pie. You can call it whatever you want. It is everything, which is all 4 beats. And rule number 1 is show me each beat. That's it. Now, if this is confusing to you, then you have probably not watched the previous videos. I suggest you go to the playlist that this is attached to, and you can watch those videos. You follow along and rehash some ideas, because we don't want to confuse you too fast. It's a building process. You got to just build your Lego tower on top of itself, because you can't just start in the middle of the air like we are right now. Next up, we have our counting and clapping together. Here's our metronome. Here's my hands. You can see them. You're going to clap and count along with me. So here we go. Number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Now I'm holding my hands together over top of the whole notes and the half notes too, because they are more than 1 beat long, which means if you count those last 2 bars there that I just underlined, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Right? You finish on this invisible next beat, which is right here. Whatever this is, past our bar. That's the idea. If you get confused, you can always rewind the video and do it all over again. Just practice it, because these are very, very common rhythms. These are combinations of different things that you find in most of the music you'll probably play. So getting the hang of these rhythms will pretty much guarantee your success outside of playing those notes. But you'll get how to play the rhythms, and that's the most important thing, as we all know. So here we go, number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That 3 is a bit messy. 1, 2. Much nicer. 3, 4, and. Next bar. 1 and 2, 3, 4. I know I'm going fast, but you should have already finished this line. Even if you do one line at a time, you finish it and then check it with me. You finish it and check it with me. That's fine, but just try to finish it before I do, and that way you're already on top of the game. Here we go. Number 2. All together, you're clapping and counting with me. You basically just copy me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. I'm saying done. You don't have to say done when you finish a piece. Kind of a bit ridiculous when you're playing something and then when you finish you just all say done. I'm just trying to really emphasize that we stop here at this part and not before that. Here we go. Number 3. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4. Right? Watch for those bar lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. If you're still confused about what half notes are, just remember that they are 2 beats long. Doesn't matter where they start in the bar, they are worth 2 beats. So if they're starting on here, beat 3, then you're including 3 and the next beat. If they start on 1, it includes 1 and the next beat. If they start on 2, like here, because 1's already taken. 1 is an entire quarter note. That beat is done. It is used up, which means the next beat is 2, and that's where this note starts. And it includes the 3rd beat because this is worth 2 beats, and there's a 4th right there. You're just playing Sherlock Holmes with the bar, and you're figuring out where the beats are and filling them in as you need. Let me just clean this up. I like my sheet to look a bit more clean than what it just was. Here we go. Number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and finito. I'm trying not to say done now after I mention that. Number 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is right back at the very first sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy, easy, easy. This one will have some fast parts and some slow parts. I'm sure you can tell already. So here we go. 1, 2, number 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Finito. Fine. That's it. Now you notice that for me, maybe you can hear it, but I can't hear the metronome sometimes because when I'm on the beat exactly where the metronome is, my clapping is much, much stronger, much louder than the metronome. So if you're having the same thing, don't worry. It's good news, because if you can't hear the metronome while you're clapping, it means you are correct, which is weird because usually when that happens, you are confused because you want to listen for the metronome and hear what's happening. But if you don't hear it, then that's a good sign that you are exactly with it. It's just you're louder than the metronome. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the beats get shown. Rule number 1. Whole note. Again, rule number 1. All the beats are shown. New bar. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as I mentioned in the previous lesson, number 2.0 or lesson 2, level 2, I mean, if you can spread the beats out evenly over the bar. I'm sure some of you probably are thinking that as well, just to make it look clean. That's fine. But let me just reiterate one quick thing. If I take away the music, hide the rules, then what's happening here is I think that this would be quarter notes because they're evenly spaced out. But because I see these are together, so I think, right, half note, there's squish. There's a big, big gap here. Well, these are also squished, so I think probably whole note, half note, quarter note, not quarter note. Now I know it's an eighth note because, not very pretty, but oh well. 3 and, there's 4. And because these are spaced, I would think that they would be quarter notes, right? Based on everything else, if that's how you're writing. Well, if I put the music back, then I know that everything else was correct, right? Half, whole, half, eighth. We figured that out with the and. That's the basic idea of why I do things the way I do, because I try to make sure it's provable and it's checkable in a few different directions. This is the mathematics side of me. Even if you don't like math has a wonderful way of checking its answers, and that is working backwards. Very important because it proves that you're right. If it works both ways, this is the world of mathematics, then you know you're correct. And you have an extra amount of evidence and proof that you're correct. And that's super important. So let's apply that to music, and that way it makes more sense to more people and you can't mess around with it too much. So here we go. Counting and clapping, number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finito. A little bit slow because we have the half notes and whole notes. Next one might feel a little bit faster with some more quarter notes, but either way, it's still the same speed, the same tempo, because I'm not turning it up or slowing it down. We are running this metronome at 72 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do a bit of an experiment with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I mentioned the metronome is 72 beats per minute, which means there are 72 ticks or clicks every single minute. If you look at a clock, a proper clock with the second hand, or even you can see the seconds if you pull up your phones or whatever you use to look at your timing stopwatch, a second is 60 per minute. So 60 beats per minute is a clock. So we're just a little bit faster than a clock. 1, 2, number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Now, let's speed it up. 100 beats per minute. Number 6, try it again with 100. So we're testing you now. 1, to number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. How about 120 beats per minute? This is as fast we'll go today. Just to try it out, just for fun, because you can get your own metronome. Your phones have apps that have metronomes. They're all free. Well, there's a lot of free ones. And even Google, if you go there and you type in metronome, metrone, then you will get a metronome built into Google. It's wonderful. Just slide it to 120, whatever beat per minute that you want. Push play, and you have that speed. So here we go. My hands are getting tired holding up here. Number 6 at 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Easy stuff, right? Last one, number 7. We're almost done. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and that's a weird. There we go. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back to 72, nice and steady, something comfortable. Because I want to make sure everyone can clap and count this. Let's not go too fast. You can go at your own speed. But in the meantime, just do it with me, and that way we're rock steady together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Finished. You are finished. Number 2.1, level 2.1. Congratulations. Next up is 2.2. We're going to introduce some rests, I'm pretty sure, and it's exciting because half notes and whole note rests are so easy. You don't do anything for so many beats, especially when you have a whole bunch of whole note rests in a row. If you play certain instruments, you might know what I mean, where you have just bars and bars and bars of rest. It's wonderful sometimes, but it also can be quite boring. In the meantime, it's exciting to learn how it all works together. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.